Greetings, my kin, and welcome to the fourth video of our class introductory of Warhammer 40k Eternal Crusade. I am Asher Swiftwind from the Warriors of Prophecy, and today we will be looking at one of the ground assault classes for the Eldar warhosts, the Howling Banshee. The Howling Banshee brings death to the enemies of the Eldar with blade, pistol, and the dreaded Banshee Howl. It is the only class in-game that has an activated ability with a cooldown, the Banshee Howl. This ability is essential to Banshee's melee performance and killing foes swiftly. The default button for the Banshee Howl is T, the same as the taunt key. To activate it, you need to press and hold the button. If the T key is not a convenient location for your playstyle, be sure to change it in the keybinds to a more accessible location, because as a Banshee, you will be using your Banshee Howl a lot. The Banshee is a light armored ground assault class for the Eldar warhosts. They are very lightly armored when compared to the ground assault of other factions and even the Scorpion. Their default loadout is a power sword and a shuriken pistol. They are not meant to charge headfirst into a capture point or a well-defended room. Instead, you should take advantage of cover the best you can and flank your prey while avoiding attracting their fire. Once you have closed the gap, you can unleash the full fury of Cain. When you are within melee range of your target, press your Banshee Howl key and queue up a heavy attack. On most unsuspecting targets affected underneath the Banshee Howl, you will one-hit them from the back or the side. Why, you might ask? The Banshee Howl makes it so your chosen target takes more melee damage. The visual effect is a small whirlpool on their character. The Banshee Howl will also cause your target to be suppressed, throwing your target's aim off. This last effect lasts a fairly decent amount of time and should be fully taken advantage of while it's up. If you do not slay your target within 1 to 2 light attacks, dodge back and analyze the situation on how to finish your enemy off or simply flee. It is not recommended to drag out your melee fight, as it's not a good move to use a debash or parrying blow. This will immobilize you and make you a sitting duck. It's best to take advantage of your mobility and capitalize on your enemy's mistakes. Wait for them to start a debash, dodge back, left, right, and hit them with a heavy attack. Let's have a look at some of the loadouts for the Howling Banshee. For your main melee weapons, there are not many options to choose from. You can choose from the default power sword, a mastercrafted power sword, or the ebon blade. The default weapon is good, and some interesting weapon mods to consider are lifesteal and clash. The benefits of the damage mod and penetration mod are so small, it's best usually to spend the 50 loadout points somewhere else. In the War Gear slot 1, we have some very interesting and unique items to take. You could take the Hyper Amplifier and shout more often. It's very good if you get a chance to jump from enemy to enemy. The Retributive Spirit Stone gives you more health and lifesteal, two stats that work great together. If you do take the lifesteal, be sure to strike a downed opponent to regain lost HP. In War Gear slot 2, we have one of the most powerful items a Banshee can get, in my opinion, the Banshee emblems. However, this is my own playstyle, and you should experiment to see what suits your playstyle. They have two stats that work great together, and they're both on the same item. You could either get one that has 1 stamina and 30% stamina regen, or the other one that has 2 stamina and 15% stamina regen. With the correct timing, knowledge of the terrain, you can avoid most damage with a well-timed dodge. This requires a lot of training and a bit of good instinct, but during a dodge you'll have a small window where you don't take damage. This is called an invulnerability frame, or iframe. Use it to duck in and out of cover as you close the gap with your opponent, or run away to strike later. The advanced armor is not something you'll see often on Howling Banshee builds. It's expensive and will usually only save you from 1 extra bullet, but as explained before, with a well-timed dodge you can instead ignore larger windows of damage. This has been Asher Swiftwind of the Warriors of Prophecy. May the daughters of Cain bring swift death to our enemies.